Hello! For game design's assignment for this week, we had to create our own Mega Man Maker level, in which today I'm going to be showing off. It's called On and Off Onslaught. I'm going to be completing the clear check for it while also talking about it, so I can upload on mine. The link for it will be in the description. Let's get into it here. So the basic controls here are that you just have the run, jump, and then shoot buttons. That's pretty much all you got going for you right here. So this is the beginning of the level here. Can't go left, so your only option here is to go right to jump over these platforms. And then here you can see why I started calling it On and Off Onslaught. It's because of all of the on and off blocks you'll be using in this level to complete it. It was one of the first things I started fiddling with in Mega Man Maker, and I ended up just really liking them. So yeah, that's just why that's level's themed after them. So right here, you just have to shoot it. It's the only third thing you can do in the level. You can't do anything else besides shoot it, shoot this little button that changes the state of the blocks, and now you can enter in the level. And here you can see that you have to hit the switch up above by traversing these platforms, but these platforms will drop underneath of you. Will drop if you're standing on top of them for too long. Just kind of showing that's one of the things we'll be using later in the level. And then here is showing off the auto segment that these on-off blocks have, is that they can be turned on and off automatically. You can see here that these are spikes, so if you touch them, you die immediately. So player instantly learns to not touch the blue and red spikes. So what the player has to do to get around those spikes is to wait for the switch state to change, and then they can run through them. You can see right here, as it changes, you can go straight through them. Like that. And right here is your first real platforming challenge using the on and off blocks and the dropping blocks. You have to first, you can see right here that you can't go to the right without turning off these blocks. So you have to turn off the blue spikes. You have to turn them off real quick. And then you have to go over these platforms, which will drop you into the acid below. So you have to go quickly over those. And then for the final challenge of this first area, you have to use the switch states to rapidly use the switch states to change the spikes so you don't drop into them. So right here, just shoot that first one so the spikes change to a platform. Jump on into here. You can see right here there's spikes in the way, so I have to go and shoot the button that's right to the right of me. But then you'll see if I drop down below, I can't go to the right because the red spikes will be active, so I have to shoot the button to the left of me. So you have to do this really quickly, otherwise these dropper platforms will drop you into spikes or the acid. So you gotta go really fast here, make it through. And that's it, that's the first part of the level. So then here is the next teaching segment, which you get the arrow gun, which is a gun that can shoot out these little arrows that will stick to walls, and you can jump on them like platforms. They create platforms for yourself to jump onto. So that's when I first saw this in the editor, I really knew that I wanted to do something with that. So here I've combined both the the on-off blocks and the arrows to traverse the level. So you have to use the arrow block on the on and off block to jump to it. Stage just fell right there, but it's not a big deal because there's infinite ammo regenerating down at the bottom there for the player. So if they fall down, it's not really that big of a deal. They just have to climb back up. So you can see the platforming is getting a little bit trickier here. I have to quickly jump onto these falling platforms and change the switch state here to jump onto this red L-shaped piece. Make it to safety. And here's one of the first new teaching parts of this thing. So you notice that when you shoot this, if I try to shoot this, well, I can't get to the left, and get up. So what am I supposed to do here? I can't shoot. If I shoot one of these things at it, it just hits it and it turns off. So what's to do here? That's the real question. So something I learned about these little these arrows is that you'll notice that they hover in front of you when you shoot them. So, in order to make it over there, you can actually jump on them while they're hovering and use them as a platform in midair, and they'll fly you over. So that's a unique little thing about those you'll notice. I can't make it out because I just ran out of juice there, so I have to go all the way back down, unfortunately. But this is teaching the player that if you just use too much of it or spend too much time, you'll have to be forced to restart. Or you see if right there, if they switch to the gun while using them, all the arrow platforms that they made will disappear. Ooh, I can't quite make that jump. So right here, you'll notice that this is a little tower that they're forced to climb up. They literally can't do anything else if they don't use the arrow blocks to form a little tower. You can see right here, now we're up. So from here on out, you'll hear that the music will change because it's a more intense section. There's fire coming up from the bottom of the ground. If you touch it, you'll burn to death and die. So the player has to quickly use their newfound tool to traverse the area here using these on and off blocks that are constantly changing to get away from the fire. So then we reach the final area here. It's a nice little sanctuary point, you get all your health and ammo back. But now it's time to fight the boss of the area. All the way at the top of the tower, it's a vampire. So this guy will fly around the arena and try and grab you. As well as, if he does grab you, he will steal your health. So you have to be careful to avoid him. You notice that there's some on and off platforms on the sides that can help you evade him if needed. But they do change automatically, you're not allowed to touch them. See right here, he does usually stand stationary on the side of the stage, but with these on and off blocks, you'll notice that he can quickly move up or down. So it forces the player to kind of have to play around him a little bit and not just focus fire on where he's currently standing, because he'll often change where he's standing like that. See him kind of frozen right there. I actually don't know how long it'll be frozen for. There we go. So yeah, using these blocks, you have to avoid him. Like right there, I was able to kind of get underneath them a little bit to avoid his attacks. So right there, he's going to switch back up to the upper area, but then he's going to switch back to the lower area here. You'll notice that the arrows do a ton of damage to him. And that is the end of the level. So, yeah, thanks for watching.